regalarme estas palabras. Como les voy a decir, si nos unimos, no va a haber fuerza que nos quite este lugar, porque este lugar donde venimos todos, fiestas, juegos, fútbol, élite. Fiesta. Gracias por todo. Buenas noches.
Your question was how long ago did the board know that there was damage?
How long did everyone know that the board was no longer going to pay for it? Well, not the board, not you guys, but...
Okay, so I think I understand the question.
Okay.
So the original agreement with the county was that the Five Towns Community Center would provide social services and the county would pay for the building, expenses of the building.
El acuerdo original era como ya hemos dicho, que nosotros damos y proveemos los servicios y ellos mantienen el edificio.
A part of the condition of the lease was that the Five Towns Community Center could not raise any money. So we
Y
cannot,
parte de ese contrato era que el centro de la comunidad no podía rescatar fondos.
so
So, si no se rescata fondos, ¿cómo pagamos cosas?
So the original lease prior to 1986 allowed us to, but the amended lease of 1986 said we could not raise any money. So we wanted to rent it to an organization. We wanted to rent it to someone to have a party, to have any type of social gathering or educational gathering. They couldn't do that here.
Y en
So-
ese momento nosotros tratamos de rentar, no sé si ustedes se acuerdan, que aquí se rentaba para tener fiestas, podían venir a rentar, tipo de fiestas, pero ellos no aceptaron esto, no querían que hiciéramos eso.
So the RFP that was released in January states that anyone that comes into the building will have to pay for the utilities. So that's when we found out.
El nuevo contrato dice que cualquier persona que venga a este edificio va a tener que pagarlo todo.
This year.
I just want to bring up the point, they keep bringing up that the county paid, whether or not people realize you are the county. You pay into the county with your money, and your money then comes back and is recycled in here. So it's not the county's money, it's your money, and you pay for it. Originally, when the original lease was,
Nadie sabe aquí bregar con una persona que tiene que hacer una traducción. Entonces todo el mundo está a la millón. Él está diciendo que nosotros aquí en este centro de la comunidad no estábamos supuestos a dar ningún dinero porque ustedes pagan ingresos y ese es el dinero que se usa para pagar los biles y lo todo. Ustedes están pagando.
So originally, there was two parts to the deal. There was the original parcel over here, which is lot 163, which the county took title to earlier, and then later on entered into an agreement to use taxpayer money to build this building. Not one person from the county really put their own $100,000 into this project or anything else. It really comes from the people, and the county employees are paid by your taxes into them, so they're supposed to be your servant. And this deal that they took advantage of these people who at the time were not as sophisticated as the county officials. And they worked that deal, and they didn't have a back end, or they didn't have lease extensions, because they didn't think that the county, when they donated the land for free to the county, was going to, sometime in the future, try to alienate them and kick them off their own property that was donated to them for their services, to give it to somebody else. And as the RFP states, the person has to have $5 million. There's not a lot of not-for-profits. I believe this community center has a couple $100,000 in reserve. They don't have $5 million. So there's a limited amount of groups that are going to be able to do this. And I believe what the lady was saying earlier with Jeff Toback, they tried to come in there, and the county was trying to sell the property to a specific group. And that actually, probably the same group who's gonna try to take over the lease, where they've negotiated a deal. Because usually when RFPs are created, they're created with a person in mind. So they make the job up and they have the whole thing programmed, so this person is the one to get it, not another group. And the county keeps using vague statements that you're not providing services, but they haven't really defined them. And then if they haven't defined them, like they allowed the buildings to fall into disrepair, where Sasha gives the food out, there's water dripping in because the county decided they're gonna do the roof. They decided to rip off the roof prior to a hurricane and had water come into the building. It just, their actions show louder than their hollow words, because they want to take the center away. They've been planning on taking the center away as far as, she said, 2007. They came back in here to do it. You could see by the amended lease when they came in here, and yet Nassau County Medical Center was providing services and they left out. And the county just wastes money beyond belief. I guess the new pilot for the Amazon building, I think they got 25 employees and they're only getting a few, like $30,000 a year in taxes. The difference, what it should be taxed at, could pay for this center completely. I don't know if anybody else, but you gotta remember, the property was donated with goodwill to the county to build the building, using taxpayer-funded money to build the building through tax-exempt bonds, where the attorneys from the county made a lot of money going back in there using the bonds, and then they turned around, had the lease, and then now they're refusing to renew it, which is really the benefit. The people are paying for this all the time. It's not the county. So you can't bring it up.
Correction.
What?
It was not donated for free. They leased the land from the road for $1 because in the original document that Russell Sage prepared, he deed it as a trusted deed. And he said in the documents, but I read the document myself, it cannot be sold or transferred. So when Nassau County came here to put this building here, they could not get the land for free. They had to lease the land for $1. And that's a common practice.
But then there are deeds. There are two deeds on file, one from 1970 and it was recorded in 1971. The other one is, which is transfer title. And the first one was done by Leach, but it doesn't define that it was done through a board or anything else. It's just him signing it. And the second one is signed by Alred, and the Alred one says that he represented the community board here. So I agree with you. Probably when they donated the property, there was a restriction on selling it, because I don't think she wanted you to sell the property, turn around 5 years after they donated and sell it.
No, Russell Sage, Margaret Sage, and 5 other people was they said that this was a gift in yes, and it cannot be sold or transferred. So whatever
If you
arrangement.
look at those documents and what
We
happened
get them.
was-
Matter of fact, it's
because
coming to me.
I called the people in Minnesota,
I got
and
that.
she was like, if you have it, I'd like to see it, because if that's codified, because the other documents are not codified, and prior, most people don't know this, prior to 1938, Nassau County was part of Queens. So you have to go back into the Queens records to find the information. When you go to Nassau County, the oldest document here is from 1970, and that's it. But I was also told that there is a website that's going to be up, and people sign in, you give your name, your address, and it will go to every politician in the legislature and every politician in New York State and some of the congressional politicians. Also, some not-for-profit groups are going to all get it in one email, so people don't have to. It makes it very easy, and it gets blasted out. And it's save the number 5 tcc.org or .com.